Many men spend decades building wealth, freedom, and respect, only to watch it all slip away after 60. Not because of bad investments, not because of failing health, but because of one relationship mistake that quietly, silently destroys everything they've fought for. It's a mistake most men never see coming until it's too late. A mistake that turns their hard-earned freedom into stress, their peace into conflict, and their legacy into regret. If you've spent your life climbing, striving, and sacrificing, you cannot afford to ignore this. Because at this stage of life, every decision matters more than ever. Stay with me, because understanding this could be the difference between living your final decades in control or watching everything you built fall apart. Chapter 1. The Mistake That Destroys Everything. By the time a man reaches 60, he has spent decades building his life, his career, his wealth, his reputation, and his freedom. Every hour, every sacrifice, every choice has been a brick in the foundation of the life he envisioned. Yet in a single relationship, many men unknowingly give away the very things they spent a lifetime earning. They let emotions override reason. They allow affection, desire, or fear of loneliness to cloud judgment. And slowly, imperceptibly, they surrender control over their decisions, their finances, and even their time. This is the silent killer of men's freedom after 60, the failure to guard their life from destructive relationships. A woman who demands more than she gives, who manipulates, or who controls, does not care about your decades of effort. She only cares about the present. And a man who does not protect his boundaries will pay the ultimate price. Stoicism teaches us, you are the master of your life and no one else can be. At this stage, compromise on your values is not weakness, it's self-destruction. Your peace of mind, your wealth, your ability to live life on your own terms. These are sacred, non-negotiable. Ask yourself, are you living your life for yourself, or are you allowing someone else's desires to dictate your freedom? Because at 60, every decision carries weight. Every concession can cost more than you think. The lesson is simple, yet brutal. Protect what you've built, or risk losing everything to a relationship mistake you didn't even see coming. Drop a comment below if you've witnessed this happen, if you've seen men lose their freedom, their peace, or their wealth after decades of hard work. Sharing your experience helps others wake up before it's too late. Chapter 2. Why men fail to protect themselves. Most men don't lose everything after 60 overnight. It's not sudden, it's a slow erosion. And the reason it happens is simple. They fail to recognize the patterns, the warning signs, and the subtle ways a relationship can drain a man's life. For decades, they've been strong, disciplined, and focused. They've faced challenges, overcome obstacles, and earned respect. Yet, in their later years, a single relationship can undo all of that, not because of external enemies, but because of internal compromises. Why does this happen? Because men let their emotions run unchecked. They prioritize comfort over clarity, companionship over wisdom, and desire over reason. They forget that freedom, at 60, is not just about money. It's about autonomy, peace, and control over one's time and choices. A woman who senses hesitation or weakness may slowly begin to dictate decisions, influence finances, or impose expectations. At first, it seems small, almost harmless, but these small concessions accumulate. Boundaries blur, freedom slips. And suddenly a man who spent decades mastering his life finds himself trapped, stressed, and powerless in the one area he should never compromise, his personal sovereignty. Stoic wisdom reminds us, no one can harm you without your consent. At 60, every man must be vigilant, not just with money, not just with health, but with relationships. Protect your time, protect your peace, protect your legacy, because once it's gone, no amount of wealth or charm can recover the years lost. The harsh truth is this: men lose everything not to women alone, but to their own failure to protect themselves. To watch decades of effort dissolve quietly while thinking love or companionship excuses it, that is the real tragedy. Think about it. Are you compromising your freedom for comfort? Are you allowing emotions to dictate your legacy? Ask yourself honestly, because the answer determines whether you finish your life strong or surrender everything you've built. Chapter 3. How to protect yourself and reclaim control. At 60 and beyond, life is no longer about proving yourself to the world. It's about protecting everything you've earned and living on your terms. And that means learning the hard lesson so many men ignore. Your freedom is your most valuable asset, and no relationship should ever compromise it. The first step is clarity. You must see relationships for what they truly are, not what you wish them to be. Not every affection is love, not every companion has your best interests at heart. Some will offer warmth while quietly draining your peace, subtly reshaping your life to suit their desires. Recognize this early. Stoics call it seeing reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. Next comes boundaries. A man who has lived, fought, and built deserves to define the rules of engagement. Financial decisions, personal time, social interactions. All of these are yours to govern. No one should cross these lines without your consent. Weakness here invites manipulation. Strength preserves legacy. Then take decisive action. Freedom requires courage, especially in later life. If a relationship threatens your peace, your wealth, or your autonomy, it is not enough to tolerate it. You must act. The man who hesitates risks losing more than just money. He risks his dignity, his sanity, and the satisfaction of a life well lived. Finally, cultivate self-reliance. At 60 plus, dependence on another person for happiness or validation is a trap. Your sense of purpose, your joy, and your fulfillment must come from within. Love is not wrong, but it must never dictate the terms of your freedom. Remember this truth: decades of hard work cannot be replaced by fleeting comfort. Your time, your health, your peace, these are priceless. Protect them like a warrior guarding the last fortress. Ask yourself honestly, are you the master of your life, or are you slowly letting someone else dictate your final chapters? Your answer will determine whether you finish your life strong or watch it quietly unravel. Chapter 4. The final warning and call to action. By now, you understand the truth. Many men lose everything after 60, not to luck, not to fate, but to one critical mistake in a relationship. And the cost is steep. Freedom, peace, dignity, and decades of effort vanish quietly while they convince themselves it's love or companionship. But here's the good news: it doesn't have to happen to you. Awareness is power. Knowing the danger allows you to act before it's too late. A man who respects his life, his time, and his peace is untouchable. He cannot be manipulated, controlled, or diminished. Not by a partner, not by circumstance, not by society. At this stage of life, your decisions must be deliberate, unwavering, and stoic. You must prioritize yourself over comfort, clarity over emotion, and freedom over fleeting affection. Every concession has a price. Every compromise chips away at the fortress you've spent decades building. And remember, strength isn't about anger or aggression. It's about wisdom, self-control, and the courage to say no when others demand more than you can give. It's about choosing solitude over sacrifice when sacrifice threatens your peace. It's about knowing your worth and protecting it relentlessly. So take this warning seriously. Your freedom is priceless. Your time is limited. Your peace is sacred. Guard them as fiercely as you've guarded your career, your health, and your legacy. This is your life, your story, your final chapters. Make them count. Don't allow one relationship mistake to erase everything you've built. Live deliberately. Protect what is yours. Finish strong. If this message hits home, I want you to take a moment and reflect. Are you fully protecting yourself, your freedom, and your life's work? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts, because awareness today could save your tomorrow.